Hello, lovelies. It's G here from Golden Thread Tarot, and I'm here to bring you another channeled message. I hope this message is finding you blessed and full of abundance, my sweets, okay? So let's go ahead and jump in. We actually have a new deck with the channel tonight, and I am already really digging this deck. It's really beautiful. It's the, here, let me get the box. It's the Tarot of the Witch's Garden. This is what the box looks like. And that is the Magician right there. So I really love the imagery in this. I'm connecting really. So let's go. Let's do it. So I'm already getting a lot of messages. Okay. So Spirit is here to bring you a message saying your thoughts, your fears, your anxieties, they're getting in the way of a Ten of Cups energy here for you, right? You're learning a lot of lessons, and Spirit doesn't, Spirit's not going to deny you that. You're learning a lot of lessons. You're making a lot of moves. You're healing a lot of ancestral trauma. You are releasing and letting go of a lot of karmic cycles. You're making a lot of decisions that are healthy for you. You know there are more decisions that you need to make that are healthy for you, but you haven't quite got to the place where you're mentally, financially, emotionally ready to do those things, even though you might be ready in spirit. And your spirit and your higher self might be guiding you to trust, take that leap of faith. Full card, star card, tower card, take that leap of faith. Cut off the devil energy, cut off that kind of, it doesn't necessarily feel like low vibrational energy, but it's just like, it's things that you know that you need to do, right? On whatever plane that is existing on, okay? So Spirit is saying that something that's in your thought pattern right now, something that's a paradigm that you're subscribing to, something that's they're showing me the Hierophant card as well. So it could be something that you were taught, a way of thinking, or it could be a way that society in general thinks, right? That is really affecting you, that is holding you back from gaining your ultimate happiness. So Spirit is here to kind of help you to, they're saying, cleave away, like they're showing me like snap, but they're saying specifically they want me to say that like with a cleaver. Okay, it's the Fool card. Come on now. Come through, Spirit. Let's go ahead and start. Okay, I'll share it again. Go ahead and start. Look at that. And this okay. I just looked down. Look at that. This person is holding what looks like kind of like a spade or some kind of like blade, right? Look. And you're just like, cut, peace, I'm out. And again, right, I was talking about the Hierophant energy, like an old school of thought. Look what you're doing. You have some, okay, you can't see from that. There's some books parked here. You have some book right here that you got, but you're leaving some behind. There's some that you're like, this doesn't serve me. This doesn't help me. I'm going to leave that behind on the path behind me. And there's two flowers also. There's two flowers here. And look, there's a fairy. I couldn't even see that fairy from a distance. So there's a fairy right here. And this fairy is either like pulling out flowers or tucking in flowers there. So it's like, these you don't need, these love interests you don't need, these, whatever those flowers represent for you, okay? I'm getting that it's going to mean different things to different people, okay? So whatever that flower means to you. And this book is like knowledge to me. Old school things that you thought. But you're raising out of this energy. There's kind of like this clean air kind of energy. And for some of you need to know, because some of you are being guided to change something, change your content, change what you're writing, try a new genre, something like that, something that you're creating, something that you're doing, right? And you're being guided to change it. And you're like, I don't know if my audience, or I don't know if I will be as successful doing it this way. Spirit's guiding you to try something new, because there's something here about leaving some kind of stagnancy, and Spirit saying like out of, like, this is in the box thinking, and Spirit wants you to take out of the box thinking. I mean, you got to be pretty out of the box to just be la 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 la, like right off a cliff, right? You're creating something here. Oh, I didn't even see that over here either. Okay, we have the Empress. Oh, oh, 9 of Wands. It's the freaking Nine of Wands, right? I said that, right? You've been learning so many karmic lessons. You're relieving and letting go of cycles. Okay? And you're... That surprised me so much when when that popped out. I was like, huh? But on the back of the deck here, we have great fortune. On the back of the kipper. Look, it's the Ace of Swords. You are going inside and you're learning this way. The Hermit energy is down here too. You're going inside and learning these truths here. Okay? Some of you are getting the truth about a journey that you're being guided to take. Because when I look at this, I feel like this person is here. They've gone, you know, they have this nice, warm looking house right here, right? And there's like brooms and things like hanging up. So it's giving me like kind of like protection energy, like feeling really safe and protected. And here it's giving me like, okay, I've got my cloak on. I've got my knapsack packed. I've got me some herbs on my hip. I got me my lantern and I'm going out into the night. All right, I'm going out there. I'm going on a journey to understand the truth, to find the truth. Something significant about these bats here. There's bats flying around here in the background. It reminds me of like summers out in the place where I live now, because in the summer in the evenings there's all kind of bats that fly around. And you can see them if you go and stand outside. They're just flying around outside, and it's kind of, yeah, it's kind of reminding me of this going out into the night to find the truth, even if you feel blinded. There's but you have, like, bats have like their echolocation, right? Have like their sonar, like it's built in. There's something built into you that's going to guide you. You're not going to be blind, right? Moving out into this dark night. Some of you could be emerging out of a dark night of the soul, or out of a spiritual journey, or out of a spiritual precipice, is what Spirit wants to say, and you've emerged triumphant with the truth here. Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups was showing itself. It's what was underneath. It was also showing itself behind this Nine of Wands. So you've been through these trials and these tribulations with this Nine of Wands here. You've been through these trials. And now you are fresh, starting anew, and you're growing something on the other side of that. From this truth that you found. And it's going to bring you great fortune. But again, like I said, you're off in your head. Keeping yourself imprisoned, Eight of Swords energy. Imprisonment in this concern and this anxiety. Keeping things private, keeping yourself small, keeping things to yourself. But mature woman, which is the Empress in this deck for me, right? Spirit's asking you to also, right? The mature woman is also, is kind of like a combination here between the Empress and the Nine of Wands, right? Behind that occupation, this could have an, oh, I feel like some of you here are really drawing in like this doesn't necessarily have to be about love, but it's some kind of partnership here. And it could be a partnership that you could gain through an occupation. It could be a partnership with an occupation, a marriage, something long-term, something here. This could be about finding your soul's path, finding your soul's truth, what you really want to do with your life, right? You've emerged out of this, but Spirit wants to talk about how they keep telling you you're going to have great fortune. They keep telling you you're going to do it. Just trust and have faith and take that leap of faith, right? But you keep having this anxiety, and it's these thoughts that are holding you back. Why is the collective having these, these imprisoning thoughts, Spirit? Because you know what they are, right? The thoughts that are holding you back. Page of Wands. You're seeking the truth. You're being guided to seek the truth. I think some of you also might be intimidated by how like glorious, like, look here, this person is just like, wow. You know, it's like, I found this light, I found this thing, and it's so precious to me. It's so beautiful, you know? But there is these thoughts of this like darkness creeping in, like, but what if it leaves? What if it gets taken away? What if I'm not good enough? What if I can't hold on to it? What if I can't really do it? It's kind of almost like an aversion or a self-sabotage kind of energy around like, oh my God, you're going to have all your dreams come true. And you're just like, thank you, Spirit. Thank you for reminding me. I also was being reminded to say that I really am feeling, if this resonates for you, I'm really feeling like an elemental energy here. So kind of like nature spirits. If you've been working with nature spirits, moss god is what I just heard. Also, if you've been working with like the oakmen, or you've been working with the fae, right? We were talking about that here with the fairy here, right? Something is growing. Six of Pentacles. You're having an energy exchange here. So yes. So if you've been praying, if you've been giving offerings, if you've been seeking guidance, your answers, your pleas, your petition, it's been heard, okay? So that's a confirmation for you, okay? It has been heard. And for some of you, I'm hearing, for most of you, they're saying it's been given, but it might be slightly hidden to you. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Look at this, right? The Fae have already given you the cup that you've asked for, but here you are feeling like you haven't received it. And it's like, look, we've given you this, and we've given you this, and we've given you this, and you just keep asking them for more, and baby, we're giving you more, but you're just here sulking like you don't got it. What's wrong? Look how sad she is, but look how happy. She's like, come on, and we're so happy we're giving you all of this, but you don't see it. You don't see it. Baby, little girl, it's kind of almost this energy of like it's locked away, like the truth is locked away inside of you. Like you've already found the truth, we've already given it to you. This could be something along the lines of, yeah, your spirit guides are confirming here with this Three of Pentacles. We're working with you. We are building. This is contracted. It's been contracted. Your soul's already agreed to it, right? So you have to search deep inside of you. If you're looking for a direction, we've already given it to you. If you're looking for a project, we've already given it to you. If you're looking for a sense of place or a sense of who or when or where, we've already given it to you, but it's hidden to you. But it's giving me a kind of sense of like you have to search for it. You have to go inside for it. You have to search deep inside of it. It's in your Akashic records, right? This is a contract that has already existed as part of your fate, as part of your destiny. It is already real. It is already there. You have already accomplished it. You just have to remember, right? Understand that your higher self and spirit lives outside of space and time. So they are there looking in a future where you've already accomplished all the things, when you're already in that place, when you're already in that job, when you're already in that position, when you're already with that person, when you already look and handle yourself the way that you want to, whatever it is that you're searching out there for, right? Spirit saying it's not out there, it's in here. It's already in there, okay? Some of you might be really guided to get some fluorite, okay? Some rainbow fluorite, that's what this is. And or some green fluorite. I'm also hearing that too. Okay, so you're being taught which way to go or what to do. You've already heard the truth, okay? But there's something here that you're not accepting or that you're not seeing. Why, Spirit? Why have they closed themselves off to this truth? I think you might be a little scared. Queen of Wands. You're intimidated by this. You're intimidated by the thought of being this person. I'm being so drawn to how she's barefoot and she has her foot down here on the earth. And there is something here that intimidates you about this power. Look, because, right, that little spark, okay, there's something here. Ooh, this is really deep. So this could be getting a little out there for some of you, but for those who it's for, okay? Your soul might be struggling with being incarnated here in a physical form because your soul is so used to being this astral form, right? Being free and almost being like kind of like this fire goddess almost kind of energy, right? Or like this, like, again, this elemental energy, right? Like this elemental kind of breezy, kind of energy here. And it's like, oh, I have this spark, I have this seed, and I'm gonna go down to earth and I'm gonna allow it to grow. But here you are holding that same spark, right? With your foot here on the ground, grounding it here. You could be a light worker, you could resonate with that, an earth angel, whatever term that you want to use for it, star seed. We're all talking about pretty much the same thing, okay? And here you are, you're growing this light here, and it's almost like you're infusing this light from other dimensions here, right? Which is what a light worker is doing, right? You're holding that flame, holding that space, and giving growth and harvesting even here, right? Because like here, the Empress has the scythe here because it's time for harvest, right? How come it's not the same book, but look, there's that same red book, right? Red book in your hand. There it is. You've already read it. The seed has already been implanted. And whatever this seed is here that's been implanted, it's already growing inside of you. You're in kind of like the growing, gestating, growing the baby, growing the project, growing whatever it is. Even if you feel like you're not, you are. And you're so concerned because you're like, it's your 3D self. It's your human mind. It's your lizard brain. It's your ego, right? It's your fears. It's that devil energy, whatever name that you want to give it, right? That is what that is. That's kind of, it's almost cutting you off from grounding this energy. You feel like you've been abandoned, or you feel like you're without, but you're not. And Spirit is trying to show that to you. It's just, look at that. Knight of Pentacles. It's just slow coming. But it's guaranteed, right? It's coming. The pentacles are coming, but they're slow. And it's wisdom here with this buffalo here. It's about wisdom. And I'm seeing the king, because I already like acquainted my energy with this deck. And so it is the king of swords. He has an owl sitting on the corner, and I'm seeing that in my mind's eye right now. Yeah. The Lovers. Again, look, it's growing. Look how the vines are growing all over there, and again, the fruit is bearing. Spirit saying that we're here working with you, Emperor, to ground this energy. Okay. I'll pull it. I want me to pull these two. But Tower, a tower moment. Which they're kind of describing that to me as like the birth. The birth. Some of you are in like the birthing stage. Right? You're not quite at the harvest stage. But you have already been given this that you seek, right? This idea, that $1 million idea, that where should I go? Who should I be with? What friends should I take with me? You already know all of this, right? And your spirit guides could be giving you downloads in your sleep. You just might not consciously remember them. For some reason, you might not want to consciously remember them. Ten of Swords. Maybe something happened in the past. And yes. What about this Kipper? What's the Kipper gotta say, Spirit? Yeah. Come on now. Come on now. You've already been given the gift. With this 17 breaking down to an 8, it's given me like long ago in the past. You've already been given it. You've already fulfilled this exchange, right? I'm seeing like the infinity sign that the 8 is, right? And it's reminding me of that 6 of Pentacles, that give and take, give and take. So you've already offered, your spirit guides have heard you, and they've already given. But you might have just forgot. That's what I'm kind of getting. Like your soul hasn't forgot. You're kind of subconsciously being guided in that direction. But you have some blocks here. Because you're like, I haven't been given anything. I don't know. I don't know where to go. I'm lost. I don't know the direction, right? And so that's kind of blocking this. Spirit saying you need to relax. You need to relax a little bit. Yeah, right? You need to relax a little bit. You're off in your head. You could be worrying yourself into sickness, okay? This child is coming. Whatever this, this child is coming. For you, literally, it could be a child coming, right? For some of you, you could have like spirit baby energy, like working with you, right? Like a child spirit working with you. You could be really working really strongly with your inner child, who is also guiding you towards what will bring you that healing energy for you. Adjudication, which is like judgment energy. Look, these books. The books that are stacked up on top of our head are really standing out to me. There's something here about opening up your throat chakra as well. Look. Look! There it is. It was sticking up. It's that false person. It's this mask, right, that you're dropping, that you're working on. Here. Wow. Wow! Sorry, I know that was so loud. That, goodness gracious. I'm showing you. Privileged lady and wealthy man with great fortune on the back of the deck. Come on now. Come on now. Thanks, boo. But whew. There's a sense here of being triggered, of being closed off, of being closed down. Why, Spirit? Community. You can be scared that you don't fit into a community. You could feel like you don't have a community. You could feel like you don't have a support system. Family room. This could be about issues with your family. Change. Yeah. Spirit might be calling you to step into change. Excuse me, you're being asked to change. You're going through a change as well, right? You're going through a change. You're going through movement. Toil and labor. It's something here about like it's going to come with the child card again. Like you don't have to put, I don't want to tell you don't have to put so much effort or focus into it, but it's like, it's almost like you're trying too hard. You're overthinking it. You're thinking about it too much. Just go with your instinct. Just let it flow. Just go on about your life, leading yourself to where you want to go, doing what you want to do, knowing that you're making those pointed, healthy decisions for yourself, doing what you need to do. Like stop overthinking it, right? And just kind of put one foot in front of the other. Message of concern. Some of you might have some kind of block or be very concerned with money or your finances because sudden wealth is in reverse. Maybe you're feeling like, were you thinking that this was going to be like, that you were just going to get it? But I don't feel like it's going to be that way. I think it's going to be a slow and steady process. There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs, but it's going to be like consistency is going to be key to your success here. Thief. Pathway. Yeah. You feel like sudden wealth in reverse. And because something didn't happen right away or didn't happen on your time schedule or when you were ready for it to happen, you feel like it's You're allowing that. It's concerning you so much because maybe you had a manifestation that you were so sure it was going to come in and it didn't. Not when you were expecting. I'm not saying that it won't. I'm just saying that it hasn't yet. Or if it did, it didn't come in the way that you were really expecting it to. And you're allowing this thief pathway journey. You're allowing this to hold you back. Okay? From going on this journey, leading that pathway, getting on that train and doing what you know you need to do. Unexpected income. And then will come the unexpected income here. Oh, what did I just throw? Did I just throw something before? No. Change. Spirit is highlighting this change that you're going through right now. And look, the Swollen Labor came out again. It doesn't have to be that hard. That's what Spirit wants you to know. It doesn't have to be as hard as you think that it does. It's not going to be as hard as you think that it is. Like, it's going to come really natural to you. Like, it's going to feel right. King of Cups. It might take its time, but when it shows up, it's going to be so right, and it's going to be in the right time. And I know it's hard to hear that now, but even in the moment when it comes in, you'll be like, this was the right time. Three of Swords. Some of you might have been really manifesting from a place of sorrow, or a place of loneliness, or a place of lack. Knight of Pentacles, Strength, and the Eight of Pentacles. I'm sorry. But again, there is that energy there, look, of the infinity of the 8. Like, you've done this before. You've been here before. You know how to do this. You know how to do this. It's going to come back to you kind of like slowly. It's something over time. And Spirit says, like, yeah, this is like a life's work. This is not going to be something that's going to happen in the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 years even. You know, this is going to be something that happens over the next, you know, I don't know what your age is, but, you know, I'm getting for a lot of you at a minimum of like 10, 20 years, like really going into the future. It's going to be, and I'm not saying it's like you're going to have, I'm not saying that you're going to have to wait 20 years to see any kind of feedback from it, but you were given the vision, and you were given the like pinnacle, right? The 10 of Pentacle vision. And then you got caught up in how different that is from the way that you are now. And you were like, I want to get there. So you were kind of in a hurry, but at the same time, you were like wearing cement shoes about it because you were facing fears. You were caught up in karma. You were in the wrong relationships, or in relationships that you were learning a lot of lessons with. And I really feel like for a lot of you, you felt like this was something that was gonna, that you kind of felt intimidated by the fact that you felt like you had to be ready for it right now. That's not the case. Spirit is saying you got given the big vision, right? Worry about the little steps that are going to get you there. That's what you need to worry about right now. You can embrace the big vision one day, right? And you can take each step, you know, take a step forward, take a step towards it, take a step towards it. You know what your goal is. So take steps towards it, right? Work on this. And it might, you know, go at your own pace, but it's going to cost, it's going to take persistency, right? Persistency. It's going to cost. That's twice that I said it's going to cost. Was it going to, are you scared that it's going to cost you something? That it's going to come at the detriment, or it's going to, like you're being asked to give up something that you really want to earn this, to get to this place. It could be a kind of like nothing's giving for free mentality. So it's like, what do I have to give up to reach this? For some of you, this might come with a level of notoriety, or a level of fame, or a level of openness that at your current state or your current emotional state you really don't feel comfortable with. So you're kind of like, when will I ever be comfortable doing that? When will I ever be okay doing that? I don't know. I don't think so. But it really is going to be that, right? It's going to take that slow, steady, constant progress, right? With a strength card. Endurance. And with these bears here on the card, it's kind of giving me this kind of like energy of there will be times of hibernation, or there will be times of what you might consider stagnancy, but it's times of rest, or it's times of like replenishing. It's kind of like the winter. You will go through winters in your life, right? Where things kind of shut down and slow down. But you have to keep persisting through those times, right? You will have ups, you will have downs. You will have times when you go through betrayals, or you go through losses, or you go through sad points, Take your time that you need to recover, right? But yeah, for some of you, it's about transmuting this energy, transmuting through that energy. And it's kind of like, instead of allowing those kind of times to steal that away from you, flip it around and turn those moments like that into opportunities for growth, right? Because they're here creating like these witches reads, right? So it's kind of like this energy of creating like this sense of protection around you, right? So it's kind of like, well, I've worked on this wreath and it's dedicated, instead of being sad. So this can be about relationships, or about being able to work on things when it's ready for it, and then when it's time to let it go, and kind of admire the protection, or admire the lessons that you've learned from it. So this could really be about transmuting and letting go of, oh, that person did this to me, this person did that to me, that makes me feel sad, I can't believe it. And it's like, well, this was an opportunity to grow. This was an opportunity to learn this. This was an opportunity to learn how to not do this. This was an opportunity to learn that you didn't like that, or you do like this, right? Um, and there's something here you see with this elder right here that's teaching the kids. There's something about all of this work. You'll have all of this work to show and teach. Even if you don't want to have children yourself, or you can't have children, this is something about leaving a legacy behind here to future generations in some type of way, some type of capacity, right? Again, like I said, this is that light worker, grounding that seed, grounding that knowledge, grounding that higher evolution, grounding that elevation here, right? Again, the queen of wands can be a teacher, right? Could be a way finder. And that's kind of what you're doing right now, is learning how to find your way. Everyone even the most talented people, right? They start with no knowledge at some point in their life, right? Be accepting and loving of yourself in every stage, right? Because some of you were expecting yourself to be like a professional, like overnight or something, and Spirit is saying like, no, it's just going to take time. It's going to take practice. It's going to take consistency. It's going to take times when you plateau. It's going to take times when you have breakthroughs and you just, and you do your thing. And then it's going to take times when things get lean, or things get, things get rough, things, but, and I'm not saying, like, especially if you know that you have an issue with overworking yourself, or just pushing through, or not emotionally like processing things, and just kind of pushing through and using and like coping through, like just working but never processing your emotions or processing what you're doing through. Just be careful of that. But High Priestess, there is an energy here of you learning how to do this. That is so cool. I love how, because the High Priestess has the moon at their feet. I love how they made it like a reflection of the moon on the water. That's so nice. Eight of Cups. This is about you learning how to walk away, how to eclipse what you need to out of your life. To find balance, to find that justice that you've really been seeking, to find that truth. okay, right? To find the seed that's already been planted inside of you, find this balance, and then you will, excuse me, and then you will recognize what it is, and then you will, once you recognize what it is, you'll learn how to grow it. And that's what you're doing right now, is learning how to grow it. Subconsciously, you're doing this with Spirit saying if you want your manifestations to come in quicker, acknowledge that. There might be an energy here of you meditating or talking to your God, or talking to your guides, talking to your God, talking to whoever it is, whatever spirits you work with, or whatever, whatever it is that you believe in, or that you that you feel comfortable with, and really sitting down and having some very pointed meditation energy of being like, I am setting an intention to learn about this in this meditation, and allowing that to come in, right? I want answers about specifically this. Is there anything else, Spirit, that you want to talk to about this? Because I feel the energy wrapping up. 9 of Swords. Yeah. So for some of you, at some point, because we were talking about that, right? Look, there's a scythe on the ground. Again. You have these anxieties here. And I think these anxieties are around where, see how this person looks like they've been camping, or they've been like walking or doing something, right? They've been walking, or they've been doing something, and they've come to, like, they're like, oh, it's time to rest for the evening because the sun is setting. So I'm going to pop camp here, right? I'm going to make camp here. Pop camp. Anyway, make camp here. And they've set up this, here. And she's sitting here resting. But look, there's actually a wasp nest up here. I don't know if you guys can see that from your distance. See how the wasp are actually coming out and like attacking her and stinging her, right? So there's this kind of energy of, what if I choose wrong? What if I don't choose the wise solution, right? What if this happens? What if I fall on my face? What if I get attacked? What if I'm not strong enough? What if I don't belong here? What if I get exiled? What if it's really about the sense of, what if I make the wrong decision? And I think that's happened because you haven't grounded into this truth that we talk about here, right? Okay, I said, what's stopping collective from grounding here, Spirit? What's stopping collective from grounding? Ten of Pentacles, we kept talking about, and here is that King of Swords with the owl in the corner, like I was talking about. Oh, goodness. Again, there's the book. For some of you, it could be along the line, the truth might be a little more mystical than you're really feel comfortable with. Maybe it's something a little woo-woo. It's something a little out there, and you're like, are people going to believe that? Am I going to believe that? Like, I don't know if that's possible, right? Statistically, that's impossible, right? So it could be a lot of logical, what you could be telling yourself is a lot of logical thinking, right? That's holding you back. Again, it's reminding me of the old way, right? Well, in the past, well, it's always been this way. Well, people are truth sayers, right? Well, this is the way that it's always been. Humans aren't meant to fly, right? We'll never go to the moon. We'll never do these things, right? That's not how it goes. That's not, this whole electricity thing will never take off. This whole industrial thing, this whole engine thing, this whole car thing, there'll be horses and buggies forever. It's that kind of like, this is the way things have always been. This is the way I've always lived. This is the way I've always handled it. This is the way I've always felt about myself. This is the way I've always felt about what my future was going to be. This is what I went to school for. Or that's what I went to school for. Or this is what I thought I would be doing. And it's going to be something very different. It's going to kind of be I really feel like you're gonna kind of see how what you did in the past was important to learn, but also how things that you learned in the past or thought processes. It's like, oh, I've always wanted to do this. Well, it's like, well, your path doesn't necessarily lead you exactly down that road, but it's in the ballpark, right? So it's something like that. It's something about like how the past and the knowledge that you've always had, or the knowledge that other people accept around you, right? You might want to do something that's a little more, mystical, and it's like, or even if it's like, I don't know, something in, or it's like, I want to be a teacher. It's like, well, you're going to struggle because teachers barely get paid anything, or I want to be an artist. Well, you're going to be a starving artist. It's that kind of, it's like some kind of paradigm around that. Like, you can't make money doing that. You can't succeed from doing that. You can't pay your bills doing that. Like, that's not a real job. That kind of energy, right? That's not real. People don't really get paid to do that. Bitch, people get paid to be mermaids, okay? Like, there's jobs out there for a lot. There's a lot out there that you can get paid for, that you can get, there's going to be a lot of avenues, and don't worry, spirit is going to enlighten you to some things. And I feel like there are going to be some people in your life when you do achieve this that are going to be like, that's a job? You get paid to do that? It's like, yeah. And I don't just get paid. I get paid. I'm well taken care of. Me and my family are well taken care of. And there's this energy here of not listening to the naysayers, not listening to the non-believers. Spirits remind me of how I read a comment. I don't think it wasn't a comment on my channel, but I was reading a comment on another person's channel that was saying that their aunt, as soon as they started dating a new person, or they said they started, saying, wow, me and this person really have a lot of feelings for each other. I'm really thinking there's this really strong connection. This person was saying that they really felt like a strong soulmate connection, a strong soul calling towards a person. Now, don't let that, it could be a person, it could be something else for you, right? But, and it's like, they had a very, very trusted family member that they would always go to talk to get good advice from. And they told them this. And that person was so dead set against them doing that. Because it was like, oh, their family's like this. Their family will never accept you. They'll never get along with you. You'll never fit in. There's no future there for you guys. You should just go the opposite way. I can't ever see this working out. And it's like, it's like, are these truths or are these fears? What's guiding this such logical, because and she even said that in the post, was like, it really crushed me, or it really like dampened my spirit, because all of the things that she was saying seemed very logical, and she had points, and she had evidence, and she had like examples to back up why she felt that way. And it was very disheartening, because it was hard to explain how I just felt like my soul was guiding me to do it, even though it didn't seem to make much sense in her eyes, And it could be something like that, where you are feeling guided towards something, and you're like, I know my family will never accept me saying this. Like, or maybe even like you are hesitant to even tell people that are around you. It's like, oh, well, what do you do? Or, it's like, oh, well, what are you doing? Or are you building, like, I'm building a business. Like, oh, what are you building a business about? Like this. Oh, okay. Or, okay, yeah, I didn't know you were into that. Okay. That could be kind of the reactions that you get. And so you're kind of like, the people around me don't support this. I mean, they're not like necessarily against it, but they're not like, okay, yeah, I can see that. You can probably do that, right? That's not the reaction that you're really getting. Or society in general. We just, as a society, are just like, people shouldn't get paid, or people don't get paid, but people get paid to pretend to be AI people, okay? People People get thousands of dollars doing all kind of crazy stuff, Me, I get paid on here to pull tarot cards, right? So, King of Pentacles, yeah, invest in this. So invest in this and invest in yourself. Like, you know who you are. You know what is going to come from this. You know, and there'll be plenty of people that'll be, wow, look at that bountiful harvest. Look at your table. Look what you got. Look what you earned. Wow, that's crazy. I can't believe that. And again, here you are at the table with all this bounty, with all this harvest, and you're teaching. Maybe if it's just like being an example, like, wow, you know, to like, I don't know if what you'll do, but, you know, you could really influence people to do certain, you know, to be like, wow, right? Like you're out there making a name for yourself, doing something. And again, somebody could come across it and be like, I didn't even know that was a job. Like I could do that. I could get paid to do that. I could make a whole career out of doing that. It's like, yeah, I did. It's like, I didn't even know that was a thing, you know, and it's kind of an energy like that, you know, and you might have some people that are like, I don't see how, but you'll have people that react all different kind of ways. But so what? Invest in what you know you're being guided to invest in. So I'm not going to really say anything, but for some of you, I'm being really guided. I'm being really guided to look at this mushroom right here. That's as much as I'm going to say. For some of you, let that resonate as it does for you. Yeah, so I'm hearing that Paint the Town Red song, that new Doja Cat song. She a bad little bee, she a rebel. Yeah. She puts her foot to the pedal, right? Pedal to the metal, whatever she says. So it's like, Spirit's like, go, go, do it. Yeah, go do it. Invest in this. Queen of Pentacles, like you're going back and forth. Invest in this. Yeah, you're really, yeah. I really truly feel like you're gonna take that risk to really put yourself out there, and you're gonna get caught by the universe, right? Like you're like, oh, there can't be a right with that community, and there can't be a community of people who really want to hear content like this, or who really believe in this. Yeah, there is. Or maybe you're the first to create it. Yeah, there will be. There'll be a lot of people out there. Spirits reminded me of like when I was younger. So I'm in the age group where I grew up with the internet like around, but it really started flourishing as I was really hitting like middle school, high school, like really getting out there. And when I finally got like a computer, and I really got like free access, and I got my own computer, not just the family computer, right? Um, and I could go out there. It just opened up this whole, because there was so much out there that I hadn't experienced, and I'm like, I feel like this, or I'm interested in that, and I didn't know anybody, you know. And I even had people in my family like, that's weird, it's weird that you like that, that doesn't really work. And I went out there, and I remember feeling like, no, there are so many people, even here on YouTube, right? There's things on YouTube here where it's like, who would be interested in that? Well, I don't know, this person has 1 million followers. So and they get hundreds of thousands of views on their videos. So that's who's interested in it. There's billions of people out there in this world. And there are going to be some people that are into what you're into, that are going to be needing the guidance, or this could be a community, you know. It's like, either put yourself out there or find a community, right? If there's not a community out there, create a community. Like, it's out there. Page of Pentacles. This is, you know, you have to invest in it. You have to go out there. You have to strive for it. You have to find exactly Knight of Wands. You have to go out there with a passion, right out there and find it. Okay, Page of Pentacles. And look, there you are again with the books. Reading the book. There's that red book in the background again. Something could be significant here about pumpkins or gourds as well. Buttercup as well. Buckle up, Buttercup, is what I just heard. So you might have been in this kind of it's a hangwoman in this deck, hangwoman energy. But Chariot, exactly. Buckle up, Buttercup. It's coming at you. Mm-hmm. Ooh, Seven of Pentacles. So when it presents itself to you, it's going to grow. All right? It's going to grow. So do what you know you need to do. Okay. Right? I said that there was something significant about that in the background, right? And then we go to the Seven of Pentacles where the pumpkins are all growing, right? It's going to flourish. And you're kind of sitting on it. It's just the one right now, right? It's just your one pentacle, and you're like, you're giving love to it. You're flourishing it. You're believing in it. Look how sweetly she's holding on to that pentacle. She's like, she's not gripping it tightly like the Four of Pentacles, right? She's just like, thank you. I'm so grateful for this pentacle, and it's just growing and growing and growing, right? And you might not see that right now, but things are going to change. Ooh, the Magician. Things are going to change. Again, with the infinite exchange, you're creating with the universe. You're having this exchange energy with the universe. Hello? They're showing you how to get this 10 of, I'm going to end it here because that's exactly, I love when Spirit does that. I love it when Spirit guys do that. But Spirit's like, and we're going to end right where it begins. Again, like the infinity sound, right? This infinite energy exchange that you're participating in here with the universe. The universe doesn't want to deny you any kind of happiness here. That's a message to some of y'all, for some of y'all. Because I'm telling y'all, with this wealthy man, wealthy woman here, I'm telling y'all, lovers too, you're going to create some beautiful energy here. There's a lot of feminine and masculine, equal parts, balancing energy here. Yeah. Empress, Empress, Emperor energy. You could be struggling to step into, again, right? To step into that masculine, like, okay, here's the Emperor. I did pull the Emperor out. That's what I thought. There's some kind of Capricorn and like Saturn energy here where we're talking about, like, what are we talking about? Releasing karma. Releasing patterns, releasing karma. I don't know, it could be frustrating, right? For you to say, like, I haven't get, like, you could have hearing, right? That Spirit is telling you, like, we've already given you this gift. We've already given you this gift, but you're not recognizing it. And I'm hearing Spirit saying, like your new eyes are growing. Like, that's what's growing here. Your capability to see beyond. To see beyond your perceptions. Your top perceptions. To see beyond to a new level. To a level of, like, trusting the universe and taking that leap of faith. Right? Trust us. Take that leap of faith. Take a step forward. Yeah, and Spirit's saying, we're not going to promise that everything's going to be like rainbows and all the time, right? But you're going to have what you need. You're going to have what you need. Okay. Thank you so very much. That's what I have for you here today. I really appreciate you guys. All right. Thank you so very, very much. Like the content if you liked it. Let me know if this resonated for you in the comment section down below. If you're interested in getting a personal reading from me, reach out. My contact information is down in the description box down below. Okay. Thank you guys so very, very much. As always, I appreciate it. Like the content if you liked it. Hope this brought the love, light, and clarity. Thank you to your spirit guides, angels, ancestors that guided you here to get this information. Okay, thank you to my spirit team as well for helping me to deliver this information to you, as well as keeping me safe while doing so. As always, I really appreciate you guys so much, and I will see you lovelies in the next one. Okay, all right, bye.